Hello. Listen, it's happy to have you again at the Queen Scherlyne Show. Last week, we had a wonderful guest, and guess what? He stepped up. He's going to be my co-host. Isn't that lovely? But Mr. Cameron.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing today?
Mr. Cameron, he has some more information today to talk about. You know, as entrepreneurs, we need all the information we can get. And that's what this show is about. To continue to help us build, to learn how to be billionaires. How you like that? All right now.
I like that.
I like that. You like that?
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. I think it's time too.
It is. It's
I think it's time. If we think out of the box, we'll live out of the box. Okay, but Mr. Cameron has some more information for us tonight. I do want to ask you a question though. Mr. Cameron,
Yes.
tell me about you again. Because I don't think you told us everything last week.
Everything?
Well, you know, I won't get everything. Not everything. No, not quite everything. But
Well,
tell us a little more about yourself.
I forgot what I told you last week, but
Forget it then. Just tell us about yourself.
I'm a professional dad. That's the one thing that I am. I am a professional dad.
A professional dad. I love it.
That's my biggest achievement to date,
Wow.
and I love that role. And
Isn't that wonderful, ladies and gentlemen? Please, y'all listen to. Go ahead, professional dad. Come on, tell us about it.
you know, as I had a great example as a father. My father was an excellent father, and that's who has made me the person that I am today. And I try to make sure that I instill that work ethic that he has given me to my kids.
Isn't that wonderful?
So everything that he has taught me is who I am today in business. I attribute that to them and other people also that have helped me.
Like who?
My high school principal, it was Dr. Joe Clark.
He had the best, didn't he? Dad and the high school principal.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm motivated by Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was the world's first, in my opinion, real entrepreneur.
Wow.
He had businesses, so many different businesses. I studied Marcus Garvey in college, and through that I learned how to develop my own. So those are the people that really have motivated me to be who I am today.
Now you know he is going to be a billionaire, and I'm happy to know him. But I'm going to be one too. Okay? But you know what? As you mentioned, your father and your high school principal, that puts you right there on the right road. And so you cannot doubt the fact that those things won't happen, because you have to know that you're already on the right road. And that's wonderful. And then the more friends you have and you surround yourself with the right people, if you get off track, they put you back on track.
Right.
Because they like being with you too.
Right.
It's who you associate yourself with as well.
Definitely.
And I think that's wonderful.
Definitely.
I really do. I really do.
I learn more and more of that as I grow more mature.
Well, we have to go up there one step at a time, you know. Climb that ladder.
Surrounding yourself around positive people, especially in business.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We have to surround ourselves around positive people that are doing things. And I'm glad that you've taken the time out to interview me on your show, because I know you are all about business and all about coaching people and how about helping people. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and being here with me, because it's a joy. And you know, I want you to know, business is fun. Yes, you might start a business and you say, well, how am I going to pay my rent? Or worry about the light bill. You know what? It's fun to be in the dark. I've been there. I've been in the dark. Not long, but I have been in the dark. But I think I got some new ideas in the dark. You know, it's just fun. And guess what? I found out that you buy candles, but if you will never use a candle if you're not in the dark. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, look, let's learn more about the business today as well. Give us some ideas about the business, some more ideas about the business, and tell us how can we. Or you want to wait till after the break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Listen. We'll be right back. Okay? Don't move now.
The anticipation, the excitement, that feeling of joy, escape, and relaxation, making memories and experiencing what the world has to offer. People love to travel. It allows us to break away from the day-to-day routine and to enjoy life. It's what makes travel an $8 trillion industry that continues to grow. The reality is, most people are programmed to taking one good vacation a year and dream of traveling more when they're retired. Well, if money weren't an issue, where would you go? If time wasn't an issue, would you travel more often?
Hello. So we're back. What I want to do now is I want SirC, well, his name is SirC Cameron, the SirC to give us some examples on what it's like for an insider in the business.
Traveling like an insider.
Travel like insider. Okay,
Well, you know, I really like to help people. I really like to help people because I don't think that people understand the $8 trillion industry of travel. It's a big industry, and there's a lot of things that, you know, people think that if they just go on Priceline.com or Travel Velocity that they can get the best price. That's really not the case.
okay.
With our organization, we allow people, first of all, we are the biggest travel club in the world, right? There are over 40,000 of us around, and because of that, we get volume discounts. We've done over $1 billion in annual revenue, and very much like Walmart, you know, Walmart gets the best deals for their members and for their clients. So we get these deals. We call them member trips. These are exclusive to us, where we can go to places like Punta Cana for $215 for 3 days in an all-inclusive hotel on the beach.
Hey.
Right? Those are member trips. Mexico member trips. There's Costa Rica member trips. There's a ton of these member trips that are in our back office that anyone can go and have access to. They're exclusive to us. Very good deal, just by being a member. Membership has its privileges. Right? The other thing is, the thing that I like.
I'm gonna travel.
Huh?
I'm gonna travel.
Condos is another product that we have. Condos allow us to do these weekly stays. So weekly stays, when I say weekly stays, I mean a weekly stay in a nice resort on a beach in Puerto Rico, in the DR, for $239 for the week. You buy wholesale, and then you can turn around and take that and sell it at the retail level, which will be around $1,000 or so. So we have access to all of the inventory that the public doesn't have access to, and be able to sell it to our clients or use it for ourselves. Really good deals. And then there's group travel, right? We went on the cruise, right?
Yes, we did.
Right.
It was marvelous.
That was our
It was
group.
marvelous.
That was a group that we planned on Royal Caribbean. It was a great trip. You can plan trips for your family, earn a commission on it, and go for free.
Cucaracha.
So
like
a
that.
lot of people don't know that. So we teach people how to do that from the very beginning, how to become profitable and how to do this. The other thing is, by working with us, you have your own portal, you hold your own website. So I can send a link to my family, my friends, and they can simply book their own travel themselves, and I'll get a commission based on that. And then we have some other products. One of the products that I really like is called the Booking Ninja. The Booking Ninja is an awesome product.
Okay.
That assures that you get the lowest possible deal. This is where you get access specifically to private pricing, essentially. These are not published anywhere. Those are the lowest prices possible. And it saves a lot of time, and it's a lot of savings in the booking engine.
Wow. It sounds It sounds wonderful.
It's a lot.
It sounds wonderful. So I
It
guess
is.
I'm in the travel business. Okay. Again. Again. That is, we will talk about this a little bit every time we're on the show, because I think it's very important. It feels good. And I know personally it's wonderful to travel, and just good for families to be able to plan to see the world together. I mean, there's so much of the world, and you don't have to see the world as far as out of the country, but just seeing the country. It's just so many wonderful things you can do. And when you find out it's affordable, then you can find a little joy within yourself, because you feel you can do that for yourself and your family.
Right.
SirC has a guest tonight that he wanted to introduce. He's in the business, but he also have a lover of businesses he works with. But we want to talk more about entrepreneurs and what we can do. Our brain just keeps rolling along. But SirC, introduce your guest to us.
Well, I'll let him introduce himself.
Okay.
He is Mr. Franklin Edwards, and he is one of my business partners. A fascinating guy. I really like him. When I first met him, I immediately saw this guy really gets it. He really understands business.
Mm-hmm.
He knows not only how to create businesses, but he also knows how to help other people. And this is one of the reasons why we linked up. Franklin Edwards.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hello, Mr. Franklin.
Yes.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm marvelous. Let us hear about you. I want to hear about you.
Okay, well, a little bit about me. To put it in one word, I consider myself a servant.
Okay.
In everything that I do, I'm very service oriented.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not helping people, I'm not living up to my potential.
Okay.
So, myself, I'm a husband and father, primarily, first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
And life has put me in a situation where I've ended up working in the financial service industry. And that's primarily where I work in. I deal with a lot of different options when it comes to wealth management and asset protection. I believe over the years, what drew me to going into business for myself is just being in a situation where I was a broke college student. I was on a program where I was told to go to school, get good grades, go to college, get good grades.
Yes.
And by the time I got to my master's program and I completed that, I realized I was on track to be on the 40-40-40 plan. What the 40-40-40 plan is, you work 40 hours a week for 40 years and retire on 40% of your income. And I saw that and I realized that, the way the economy is and everything, there are people who've been on that plan and now they're standing up in Walmart because that plan doesn't work in today's economy. So I realized I didn't want to be on that plan. And, with having a wife and 2 kids, I was kind of motivated even more to not be on that plan.
Exactly.
So I decided to put myself in situations where I can educate myself, educate others on financial services, financial education, and then therefore just be a service to people, just be a benefit to people that I come in touch with.
Fantastic.
And he's good. He's very good at explaining, because he actually, sat me down. He told me about the annuities, and I bought life insurance from him. So he's very, very detailed, very detailed. So, and I'm glad that someone like him is on our team, because that's what it's all about. It's about partnerships. I don't have all the skill sets to be successful.
Exactly.
So I borrow things from him, and I borrow things from other people. That's what I really like about being an entrepreneur with other entrepreneurs.
Right. It's called teamwork. It's a team anyway. One thing I have learned is that I love learning. I love learning.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be in school, but I learn from you guys.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter what age it is.
Yes.
You just have to know that life is about learning.
Right.
And so when you know that you are learning, it's exciting.
Right.
Because it's always taking you to another level within self.
Correct.
And I just love it. Look at this.
That's what I like about you. So you're
Another billionaire.
another one.
Billionaire.
But what you said that you're senior than me, but by sitting here and listening to me, that a lot of people wouldn't open their minds to that. That once they get to a certain age, I'm done. In our business, we have people that are in their 20s that are sharp. They're doing big things.
Yes.
I sit back and I listen to them.
Okay.
We have to listen to younger
Okay.
people. And I think that people that get over I'm what, 30.
What you want? What are you getting ready to say? What are you getting? What are you talking about?
People that are older or more mature just close their minds to new ideas, new business opportunities. I just wish more people would just take a look and listen to some people that have other things to say.
Yeah. And I think that's why I'm enjoying doing the show, is because we're helping other people open up their minds and know life is worth living. And to have someone that you can meet to help you take monies that you thought you want to give to your grandchildren because you don't feel you need to be doing anything, or traveling, or take the whole family on a trip because you've made money over here. And you have you're in the travel business, or you can be in the travel business. You can go and we call the booking
engine.
The booking engine. You can go in the booking engine and book travel for all your family because you have the money.
Right.
So there's all kinds of ways to be creative, and this is what we're talking about. We're talking about how we can take what we have and do everything that we want to do. So tell us a little bit more.
Well, if I could interject, in regards to being an entrepreneur, one of the things that stuck out to me is Robert Kiyosaki. He always talks about the financial quadrant, the 4 quadrants, and most people are in the employee quadrant. The minute you step out of that employee quadrant and you become self-employed, you're not a business owner yet, but just because you stepped out and take that risk to become self-employed, as an entrepreneur, as most of us are, you have now over 400 different tax rules and incentives that are now available to you that are not available to the employee. Say, for instance, when I looked at the travel business, a lot of people were saying, why would you get in the travel business? You're in financial services. I actually work in 3 different states. So there are times when I need to stay at a hotel, times when I need to rent a car, times when I need to go across town. My family members, they live in the Caribbean. So if I have to travel there are costs that come with that.
Exactly.
Just because now I'm in the travel business, it's an extension of my other businesses. So those trips are no longer a cost to me. They're an expense.
Exactly.
Those are written off.
Yeah, because you have to go there.
Yeah.
And you have to do that.
Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep.
Exactly.
And when you're able to, create expenses that you can enjoy.
Exactly.
And then write that off and not have that be a tax liability to you. It's a great opportunity.
It is.
I have a question for you. So, do you think, what are some typical things, or what are some things that every entrepreneur should be doing, or anybody that is outside of the system should be doing? Right? Some standard things that they should be doing.
If I were to have 3 things, it would be absolutely time management. And I think that's not a destination, that's a journey for the entrepreneur. You're always working on being more effective at managing your time. And time is money.
Right.
So definitely time management, creating a budget for yourself.
Right.
Having a budget and being disciplined to it and sticking with it. Because sometimes, we work hard, we come into that opportunity, we get the big check. And sometimes none of us, we may not have seen a check that big. I know there were times when I had like 4-figure checks and I was like, that's great. And then I got a 5-figure check and I was like, wow, what am I going to do with all this money?
That's
and in
correct.
your head, you tend to already spend it before you even cash it.
Right.
So you have to break away from that mentality. Tell yourself, this ahead of getting the check, this is my budget, and this is how I need to distribute my income for my business and to manage my lifestyle.
Exactly.
And 2, definitely take risk and invest. Take risk and invest, and educate yourself on investments where you can put your money in safe investments. Some people always think, I need to invest in the stock market. It's not always about the stock market. It's not a race, it's a marathon.
Right.
So over time, if depending on your risk tolerance and what you're willing to what you think you can afford to lose,
Right.
then you can diversify with the stock market. If you're older and you're not really feeling like taking big risks,
Right.
then you do things like annuities and structure your investments better, where you can get strong returns and not lose any losses on the back end with regards to fluctuations in the stock market. So
Right.
we invest in real estate, solid assets where it will continue to grow and stabilize your income over time. And definitely diversify. Don't put all your money into one thing.
One basket. Well, you know what? That's important, because when you're on a job, especially a job, 20 years, 30 years, you don't think about investments, or you don't know investments. People that from corporate, you were in corporate.
Yep, I was.
And then you did, you met Mr.
Edwards.
Edwards. I don't know why I forget that. But we met Mr. Edwards, and I'm sure you have more ideas what to do with that money you're making.
Yeah,
and I think it's very important that you have someone like Mr. Edwards in your life to help you become more educated in what to do with your money. You don't have to do the same thing. Some people really just throw their money away, and they don't understand why they don't have enough money to pay their car note. And that doesn't make sense. But they had it, and they just didn't know what to do with the money when they got it.
Right.
So I think that meeting Mr. Edwards, which we will have his telephone number on the end of the show, but maybe he'll tell you now what. Could you give him some information about how to contact you? Because I would want to know you if I was somebody out there.
You can contact me directly. I'm always available by phone. My direct number is 404-287-1947. You can also reach me via fax, 404-393-6457. And you can also reach me via email. It's my name, franklin.edwards08@gmail.com.
And we'll post this at the end of the comment section, all of the information, so you can get a hold of him.
Yes.
If you're interested in either his travel business or the financial service business,
Yes.
or if you're interested in mine, we'll post all those contact information at the end so you can get it.
Mine. And mine too.
That's right. I'm not forgetting you.
I don't know why you don't forget me. Don't forget me. Well, I'll tell you what. Mr. Franklin will be back. He will, and with more details on how he can help you make money, save money, and enjoy money.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned. Please join us again